Here I am on a section of Panama that isn't as, through street-ish as other sections. Panama kind of gets blocked off by housing in some sections. I'm here between 17th and Bouvier would be on the other side of that wall, and then 18th would be another half a block over. I wanted to bring up two things: no outlet signs versus dead-end signs. I was in Gainesville, Florida, and whoever planned the city, was a city planner or developed housing and developments, or however it came about, they have 1,002 streets that you pull off of. Like, you might be on a major, like kind of major thoroughfare, and you pull off onto just one street, and it always has a dead end. There are so many dead end signs in Gainesville, Florida, that I decided they were death junkies and negative fear mongers. Like, it could start to chip away at the brain subconsciously or consciously, depending on how woke a person is to certain things going on in the world. It's like a gravestone, the grave site or whatever. I have yet to see my dad's. I've been wanting to go down there, but it's about money, and I will go when I feel comfortable and safe and secure monetarily. But anyway, he passed away of coronavirus in 2020, December 2020. So anyway, in Gainesville, Florida, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. Like, all you see are dead end signs all over creation. Philly uses no outlet, no through street. And these things, this signage is a little friendlier, especially if you were to see negative messaging 1,000,000 times over. So Florida needs to start, it's a good way to give jobs, start manufacturing, since you're all about job creation, start manufacturing 1,000,000 no outlet signs or no through street signs. Dead end, do you want to live on a dead end street and go nowhere in your life? You see what I mean? Most people don't pay attention until someone decides to unlock a key in your brain and turn you on to this, the level of subversive messaging that goes on. So with that said, I wanted to talk about another issue that could be another layer of oppression or fear-mongering, shadow-mongering. I laugh about that because if your shadow shows up on the video, you're like, or gang stalking and negative messaging. And this is in the heinous, this is in severe pain realm of mental pain. Because other people go through life and they're like, they don't feel they can't figure out why people are depressed or hurting or whatever have you. I was walking a dog earlier, and a car pulled up right here in front, or was it the Mercedes? Or I feel like another car pulled up right here really quick. And in the back was a rolled down window and a cattle dog sticking out his face. So at first I was like, oh, how cute. I totally want a cattle dog or similar, or even Australian Shepherd or mini American Shepherd or what have you. And even on my YouTube page, in my description, I talk about my dream of just being in a modest home, have a cat dog, and be able to finally just live settled, normal, not having to hustle for work, the whole 9 yards. Even as a writer with a degree, you have to hustle for work. And there are plenty of people with advanced degrees and things don't always work out. They have to still hustle for work, where other people get to sit there and half work their entire lives until retirement, and they get to go golf, depending on their job. They could go golfing, have dinner engagements, all this, and they're well taken care of. So and they have only, say, a business degree, So anyway, from a small, mediocre college. So anyway, with all this said, cattle dog. I might even create a second video for this, but this car pulls up and all the thoughts come rushing through and it's not me, it's put in. Someone wanted me to think of, say, someone I met in Florida who was sort of a friend and would almost suggest romantic relationship somewhat. But then he would go on, he would all of a sudden have a girlfriend, and things would show up to represent him, or he would actually show up in order to rub salt in the wound of him actually being with someone else, per se. So the idea would be, oh look, and someone's pulling up and his jaw is up in the air, sort of like with a smug arrogance. It's hard to, sort of arrogance, like the Braun commercial on CNN where you see someone angling his head up so you can see the shaven cheek or whatever. And there's a little bit of a it's almost funny unless it gets put through with pain. So the idea would be, oh, you wanted a cattle dog and to live in a nice little house. Well, you're not good enough. You didn't do the right thing in life. Meanwhile, you did all the right things in life. The world doesn't fall in place for everyone, only the spoiled. So anyway, you didn't do the right thing. We got a cattle dog, me and my girlfriend. You know, we're thinking about getting married. We're gonna go out and, you know, go to the dog park. It's hard to explain. It's like the principle of it. There's like a slew of layers of innuendo, nuance, and this idea of like sticking it to somebody who never needed to be stuck to, because someone like me, I've been minding my own business my whole life. And I was before trying to get a leg up in, say, a writing career, and you have to do certain things to get more of your work out there per se, or to find jobs, to at least get paid. And it becomes more about getting paid than it is about getting your name out there. It's like, how do I get paid? I need to pay rent, I need to get food on the table. But how hurtful is that for someone to come along and, oh, Sharon put on, we're gonna come out with a cattle dog. We will actually buy a cattle dog just to rub salt in the wound. We will drive up in front of her to show that we have a cattle dog. It would be like when you see your ex with someone else and they rub it in your face that they have more, they have a better life than you could have ever had with the same person. You know, can you imagine having someone rub in your face the whole time that they took everything that you desired? It's one thing for people to wind up, you know, sort of going on different paths. It's another for people to actually rub it in your face. So all that came through with that cattle dog in that car was someone's, you know, like a friend-ish, Dale, with his alleged girlfriend, pulling up with a cattle dog, and I want a cattle dog, or a mini American Shepherd, or a mini Australian Shepherd, or what have you. Rubbing it in my face, kind of half, like in an evil, sadistic way, laughing. That's the cattle dog syndrome. That's what I was told to say, cattle dog syndrome. So, go this way, Abrams. Dan Abrams is up, so. Anyway, so make a left. We'll go this way. I try to change up my routine of which direction I walk in order to avoid people who get used to your routine. It is a basic stalking 101 to never walk the same walk or drive the same route daily. Like, mix up your routine to mess up anyone who's, you know, stalking, whether it be multiple people who are playing a game or, you know, a single stalker who's obsessed. In a way, these groups of stalkers are obsessed. If you wind up a target of gang stalking, it is an obsession that these people desperately need to fulfill their goals of what I don't know why they believe in what they believe in or what they think they're accomplishing. They didn't totally get what they wanted, even with me being slammed by a million armies of very sadistic, messed up people who are considered attempted murderers and terrorists at this point in time. And that includes the psychological ones. Technically, the more noise you make at a construction site unnecessarily, it can't always be helped, you know, there's heavy machinery and stuff like that. Or a delivery person, sometimes people do it louder. Everybody hates their jobs at some point, you know, and you see people walking around, you think they have everything, like this guy here.